What's going on, Schmitt-Heads? Welcome back to another week of UnderCover Picks. I'm your host, Jojo Suave. Let's get to it. It's the final week. The final week, ladies and gentlemen. I have to drop a video. I got people begging me to drop a video. I didn't know I had fans. Now that I know I got loyal fans, I'm like, what am I doing? I gotta keep making these videos for you guys. So let's go. We got 130 picks, 130 wins against the spread this year. Not where I want to be. I would like to be at 150 at this point. So somehow we got 20 losses, and but we're still picking above 50%. So let's finish above 50%. We're due for a really good week, and I know it's the last week, and that's the hardest week to pick, but we're due for a good week, so let's get it. I'm feeling good. I got 3 money picks for you guys this week. Also, for fun, I'm going to be throwing down a 4-leg $250 parlay. If it hits, it's going into the pot for next year's fantasy winnings in my fantasy league. Anyway, let's get to it. This is the first week I have no notes. I did not spend 8+ hours studying these games and looking at it, not because it's week 18, but because this is the first year I've really stuck to that every single week. Didn't take any days off, no breaks, and it drained me. Not only did it drain me, I'm picking worse than I've ever picked. It's above 50%. We're still killing it, Money picks, we are 30 for 26. 30 wins, 26 losses. So we're winning money. And that's just against the spread. If I have over 100 subscribers, I'll post more videos about if I'm betting over under, player props, my parlays. I hit some parlays this year, and that's what saved me. We are up 20% this year, total in profit. That's all my bets, not just against the spread. So, share with your friends, family. Click, like, subscribe, comment. Anything will help. And let's get to 100 subscribers before next year. We still got the playoff weeks to help build this channel a little bit, and let's keep winning. All right, let's get to it. Week 1. Since I did not write nothing down, I'm gonna have to look at everything on my phone. We got the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks are -2.5. I'm gonna go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win in the cover, -2.5, and I'm putting my money on it because I'm confident it's gonna happen. Why? Main reason, go ahead and laugh. They haven't covered, I believe, 8 straight weeks. 8 straight weeks they haven't covered. They are due to cover, and they're favored. They've won 1 out of their last 8 games. I believe they're 1-7 in their last 8. Something bad like that. And they're favored here. When the Panthers, they've been winning. Win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. But they're winning more than the Bucks did in the back half of the season. So, Bucks, maybe it's because of the home field advantage. I think it's because they're a better team. Even though they have not been showing that at all. But let's look at it. We got some playoff players here. We got Mike Evans. We got Baker Mayfield. We got Ibuka. We got Irvin. I like their offense a whole lot better. Their defense has been giving up a lot of points, and they could do that against this Carolina offense, which is like why I like the over as well in this game. Let's see what the over is. It's not showing me. What the fuck? Oh, here we go. Over under right now is 43.5. That's going over. Easy. 43.5. So yeah, Bryce Young, if he starts doing that smiling shit where he's like, you know, that dumbass shit he does where he like points and does his smile, I'm gonna start feeling a little worried. I don't know why. Whenever he does that, the Panthers just kill it, and there's no slowing down from there on out. I notice that every time, because when I bet against the Panthers and he does that, I'm like, oh, fuck you, Bryce Young, and they end up fucking me over. But then when I bet with the Panthers and he does that, I'm like, oh, let's fucking go. We're getting this cover, baby. So if he does that, beware. Panthers are going to probably cover. But I don't think he'll be doing that. I think the Bucks are playoff ready. Even if they win this game, they could lose. The Panthers could end up going to the playoffs anyway. I don't want to explain all that, but if the Falcons and the Saints game, depending on who wins that, could determine if the Bucks win. If the Panthers win, they're going to the playoffs, no matter what happens. But anyway, so that's not going to matter in this game because they're playing on Saturday. So they're not going to know who wins that game yet. And that's probably why they scheduled it this way. So let's go Bucks minus 2.5. I think they can finally pull something together here on offense. Get a good win. Get a good game. Like, they can't look like garbage they got to get something good. So I'm feeling confident about this. Let's go. Next game, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the San Francisco 49ers. The Seahawks are minus a half a point. That's what they opened at on the CBS app. I believe they're at minus 2.5 now. But I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I'm going to bet money line, obviously, because I can't bet a half a point on FanDuel. But I'm going to bet Seahawks to win and to cover the half a point. So they're going to win. This is a pick'em game. And beat the San Francisco 49ers. Niners have been killing it, mainly with their offense. Their defense has been giving up a lot of points. I think their offense slows down a little bit, playing this dominant Seattle defense. I think Seattle's defense will be looking forward to the challenge. Purdy's capable of throwing 4 interceptions in a game. He's done that multiple times. I've watched him. I think only once this year, maybe twice. And the 49ers are still win, but they got a lot of injuries. I believe there's a bunch of offensive weapons not playing, or that might not play. Either way, even if they were playing, I think, Seattle just has to win straight up. I think they can do it. I feel like it's easy to pick the 49ers right now based on how good they've been playing and based off how Seattle's been playing. They haven't been playing bad, but their offense has been looking pretty flat lately. Not really producing, looking like they struggle to, kick it into gear. Might take them a quarter or two to really start moving, but that's not going to happen this game, I don't believe. It might be a low-scoring game, but I'm going to go with the Seahawks here. They're going to hold that number 1 spot. Nothing's going to swap here. Nothing funny is going to happen. That might happen for the first game, not this game. Seattle's going to win. Seattle is going to cover. And I'm putting my money on it. Did I mention that? So that's 2 money picks already, both on Saturday. I always bet money on Sundays. We're on a 10-3 money pick run right now. So 10 wins, 3 losses, money pick run. What did I say? 30 wins, 26 losses total. So, yeah, there was a time I was down. I had a losing record once all year. I was 20 wins, 23 losses. And then I went 3-0 the next week and never looked back after that. We've been on a 10-3 money pick run. All right, next game. We got the New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are minus 2.5. I've been killing it picking the Saints all year. Straight up killing it. Although I believe I got their last 2 games wrong. Nope. I've never picked 2 games wrong all year. I'm at like 77%, perhaps, maybe 75% about on Saints games. So, anyway. And they've been on a winning streak lately. They've been killing it, and they probably want to stay on that winning streak, even though this season's over. Ending the season on a 5-game winning streak would be pretty sweet. But I'm sure the Falcons, I think at this point, could play to at least have the same record as their division leader that's going to end up going to the playoffs, whether it be the Bucs or the Panthers. I really do believe this division's lining up for a team to have a losing record go into the playoffs. We haven't seen that in a little bit. I don't think we've seen it since they've added an extra team into the playoffs. So, it's about time that happens. That's another reason why I feel a little confident about the Bucs, even though they could still, if the Falcons win this game and the Bucs win, the Panthers still make the playoffs. That's how it works, because of records, weird records and shit. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Falcons here to win and to cover. I don't know. This game means nothing to nobody. Yeah, the Saints will be motivated to win, but this Falcons defense has been pretty sneaky good all year, I believe. And I think they're gonna give this Saints offense that's been having a good time lately, bring them a little bit back down to earth. The Saints might still score more than 19 points than they were putting up towards the beginning of the year and the middle of the year, but maybe not. Maybe the Saints only put up 19 points. Falcons minus 2.5. They got to cover that. Game probably goes over. What's the spread? 44? Yeah, maybe it goes under. It all depends on if the Saints keep scoring a lot of points. If the Saints put up a lot of points, this game goes over. So anyway, maybe if I would bet this, which I'm not, I'd probably go towards the Falcons total points. Anyway, next game, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are minus 7.5. This game, another game that means absolutely nothing to nobody. Browns had their great win last year. They denied the Steelers hat and t-shirt day on their home turf. So, and then Bengals have just been killing it lately, even though their season's been over. I think this game stays kind of close since it's meaningless. Myles Garrett needs that last sack. I'm a little worried he gets that sack early, and then the Browns just kind of call it a season. Joe Burrow's tricked us the last couple of weeks with the I'm not having fun thing and then lighten it up. But, yeah, I'm just going to go with this. This stays a close game. I'm going to go with the over. Shador's a rookie. He's going to want to play every game like it means something, because it does. He's got to get those wins in his pocket. So, yeah, I think we see something here, a close game. Maybe it'll be a good game, one of those games where people was like, oh, that's a lot better than I expected. And then, the Browns could always be the Browns and somehow fuck it up if they have the cover, and then just fuck it up at the end somehow. But I'm going to go with the Browns here, even though they're away. Let's do it. Plus 7.5. I don't think they win. Bengals win, Browns cover. Plus 7.5. Next game, we got the Indianapolis Colts at the Houston Texans. Texans are minus 10.5. Colts are no longer playing Rivers. Boo-hoo. Which means the Colts might actually have a chance of covering this 10.5. Honestly, I'm 3-0 when Rivers is playing against the spread. So I kind of wish Rivers was playing. This would be an easy spread, but if he was playing, it'd probably be more like 17.5. Because he can't throw the ball farther than 10 fucking yards. Well, you can, but it's just like nice and slow if the guy isn't already 15 yards wide open. Anyway, like even last week, the game-winning Hail Mary, like they were like, yeah, you're not throwing it. Which was finally, like, I don't know why they should have just kept their other guy in from the beginning. He could have thrown 5-yard checkdowns all game, you know. But, you know, I get it. Rivers, smarter. But look how that turned out. What were they, 8-2 to start the season? Something crazy like that. They've been on a crazy losing streak. And I've been picking good, I think, lately with both Houston, Indianapolis. Yes, I've been on a 5-game, 6-game cover streak. No, 5, sorry. So, I'm 5-0 the last Colts game, so maybe that means they're not going to cover this, but yeah, I like Houston here, minus 10.5. I believe they could still have a chance to get that to win their division, so they're going to play tough. Colts, I don't see their offense playing lights out. Now with the new quarterback in, you know, I feel like that takes a little time, but, you know, anything could happen. But against this defense, I don't think it's going to happen. So let's go Houston, minus 10.5. And hopefully their offense, because Colts defense has been playing pretty good, hopefully they just check out. You know, they probably want to have a winning record. That's really the only thing to play for, is a winning record. Other than that, it's not going to matter with this. I think it's a rookie quarterback, the one that they didn't start over Rivers. So it's Rivers' backup. Let's go Houston Texans. I want to put my money on it, but it's actually tempting now that I'm thinking about it. I'm going to stay away from it, but let's go Houston Texans to win in the cover at the 10.5. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are minus 12.5 against the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to go the Jaguars to win in the cover, the 12.5. They're going to want to keep that number 1 spot. And they even have a chance for the number 1. They want to keep they're going to want to win their division, have the number 1 spot in their division, but they also have a chance for the number 1 seed if Pats and Broncos lose. So I don't get how that makes sense. But anyway, yeah, I think it'll be a high-scoring game as well. Titans offense have finally found some sort of they've got a rhythm now, some sort of like confidence in them. Last game of the season, I'm sure they're going to want to win it, especially against a good team. So I think they play tough. And, you know, Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars, I think they capable of just not blowing like the Titans out this week. I don't know. Get a nice easy win. Even though they've been dominant, I think, all year, I think they deserve this record. They have 12-4. They've been killing it on offense, putting up points every fucking game. I don't know. I just don't see them trying to thrash the Titans here. I mean, that's every game, so, you know, but yeah. Let's go. Jaguars, minus 12.5. Yeah, I picked them to cover, and I was talking all that smack about them. Should I switch this pick? I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But then the Titans, they won't be able to keep up. Yeah. If Jacoby Myers gets hurt, then I like the Titans. That's about it. I don't know why. I kind of maybe I'm a little biased right now with this Jacoby Myers, but I think he's the key difference on this Jacksonville offense. Anyway, next game, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are -6.5. Why? Why are the Vikings the favored by a whole touchdown? That's a good question. I think it's because the Packers are sitting everybody. I don't think this game means. I think no matter what happens, no matter who wins, who loses throughout the whole week, including this game, Packers are where they're at. They're resting their players. They already said it. And the spread's still pretty high, in my opinion. So let's just go Vikings. They'll have the same record as the Packers, It'll be like a wacky season. I believe this season's leading towards, or at least was leaning towards, to be the year where the teams in the playoffs had the most winningest record, like the most wins, all the teams' records combined. They have more wins than any other teams that went in the playoffs. Yeah, that's what I think. Which would mean the Packers should win this. But not all the teams going to the playoffs are going to win this week, let's be honest. That's not how it's going to work. So maybe not. Maybe they're saving that for another year. I can't base my picks off that silly theory. Yeah, let's go Vikings -6.5. They're going to actually give a shit and try to win. They don't care who's benched and who's not. They still need more good-looking games from McCarthy. I think he's playing this game. So, yeah, we're going Vikings. That's all I got. There's too many people being benched on Packers to even judge or say what I think's gonna happen there. So let's just go with the team that I think gives a shit. Obviously, they're not benching nobody. Unless they get like a really big lead. But at that point, we should have the cover in the bag. Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. Giants are +4.5. This is a pick I think I'm gonna regret, but I can't switch it. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys to win in the cover. I know the Giants are gonna probably play hard. But yeah, I don't know. Dallas to win in the cover. I think the Giants getting a top 3 pick is a good look for next year, with all their guys coming back plus another. They'll be they'll be in the race next year. They'll be in the bubble at least. But we're talking about this week. I just think the Cowboys are gonna try to get a winning record, I guess. 8-1. They got that motivation for them. The Giants, they look like shit the past couple weeks. So I don't see them just like all of a sudden coming out like roar, even though they are at home. That's where they're ending the season. And that's like some true New York shit. But yeah, I don't see it. The fans will all be there. They're crazy. They got good fan base. But yeah, I could see it dying down quickly. And the Cowboys just kind of running away with it. Jackson Dart getting like smacked a good 2 or 3 times. Just looking like, oh god, I can't wait till the season's fucking over. That's how I see it going. Next game, we got. Then again, we also don't know if the Cowboys, like, we don't know if teams will just decide to rest players. We'll never know when that'll happen. Hopefully it's when they're kicking ass. And then we get the covers. Next game, we got the Jets at the Buffalo Bills. Bills are -7.5. I think I like the Buffalo Bills here, even if Trubisky plays. So it's just more exciting, I think, to see him play good than to see like the Jets, anybody on the Jets play good. So Bills might still win this game. I think they do. I think they cover the 8. We'll see. It's a tough one for me. This is another pick I might regret. So the Cowboys, Giants, and the Bills, Jets, I'll say, are 2 picks I might swap. They are on Sunday, so I got a little bit more time to think about all of these games, but specifically these 2. But yeah, I can't see me switching it. Like, fuck the Jets, man. I could just see me picking the Jets and be like, why the fuck did I pick the Jets? So yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Bills here. I believe they could still play for better playoff seeding. Like, say if somehow the Texans lose, they play at 1. Yeah, maybe not. Or if the Jags lose, perhaps. I don't know how that'll work. So that's what I mean. It's on Sunday. I got more time to look into that. If the Jags lose, then maybe the Bills will try to win this game and they get a better playoff seed and, all that. And they ain't got to worry about the Chiefs this year. So yeah, let's go. I'm just gonna say that's what's gonna happen. I don't think the Jags will lose, but fuck it. For now, as of today, we're going Bills to win and a cover. That might switch. And Jets suck. It looks like they clocked out 3 weeks ago, honestly. I don't see them just all of a sudden, like I said, with the Giants coming out, like, you got this rookie quarterback, he ain't starting next year. And it's not gonna. If he does, the Jets are gonna. No matter who starts, they're gonna suck. All right. Next game, we got the Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. By the way, talking all that shit about the Jets, I've been picking their games flawlessly. Like, I started off real bad, 2, 4, 5, picked the first 5 games wrong. And then since then, I've only picked 3 games wrong. The rest of them have been right. So, let's keep that going. That's the best turnaround I've had all year on any team I picked is the Jets. Yeah. Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. Bears -2.5. I got the Bears to lose. Yeah. Fuck it. Lions to win the cover. I'm just going all out this one. I think Campbell fucking hates that Johnson's going to the playoffs. There's got to be some sort of envy there, right? And he's going to want to go all out. His season's over. He's not going to give a fuck if his players get hurt. Fuck it. They get thrown around and hurt all year, every year, since he's been the coach. They're balling out, I think. And the over is 50.5. So Vegas, they all know, like, there's going to be points scored in this game. I think the Bears have players out on offense. They're going to go into the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be trying to play as hard-nosed football and risk getting injured. It's not going to be worth it to them. They're going to try and win, but not as hard as the Lions. That's just what I think. So that's why I'm picking the Lions. Not putting money on it, of course. Lions plus 2.5. Next game. Watch this be my best week. Watch. And then I swear next year I'm not taking any notes. This is how my videos used to be, and my picks were great. So let's see. This is for science. Next game, we got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Denver Broncos. Chargers are plus 12.5. Or Broncos are minus 12.5. I'm sorry. I'm going to go with the Chargers to cover, Broncos to win. I kind of need them to lose. I bet if you've been paying attention, I bet the Pats in the beginning of the year, threw $5 on the Pats to win the Super Bowl, and I could win $405. And right now my cash out, let's see. Let's make this video a little bit longer. Why the fuck not? My cash out is, I'll log in while I talk about the game. I think the Chargers are going to cover this for sure. I'm pretty confident about this one. The Broncos, even though the Chargers might be resting players or whatnot, the Broncos still, I don't see them blowing any teams out. It could happen this week, but even if they start winning, I could see them, maybe they won't rest players. Maybe that's not really a Sean Payton thing to do, I don't think. But maybe if they're up by like 20 points, then we just need, a back door. I could see a back door happening here. Or I could, hopefully the Chargers win. I don't think it's going to happen. Damn, they're making me type in my whole email address. But, yeah, I think Chargers cover. I'm going to say Broncos win. I hope they don't, but, yeah, let's go. Chargers cover, Broncos win. And let's see before I get to the next game. Go to my bets. See what the cash out is. 26. It was at 29 last week. How did it go down? It's really 28 if I round up. 27 if I round up. But what the fuck? Alright, so yeah, if they get this first seed, that's gotta shoot up, right? It's gotta. They're skipping a whole week of the playoffs. And then depending on who wins, their chances might go up even more. Anyway. Whoops. So let's get to the next game. Let's end this video. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are plus 5.5. I really want to pick the Chiefs. I really do. I want to pick the Chiefs to win in the cover. But I think the Raiders already locked the number 1 seed. They've already ruled a bunch of players out. But this Chiefs team, I don't see them just all of a sudden blowing a team out. And this is technically a rivalry game. So even though this game means nothing to nobody, it's a rivalry game. The Raiders are at home. Even though it doesn't mean nothing for them, I know. Doesn't mean nothing for most teams, but especially the Raiders. I don't know. I just feel like the Raiders are going to cover this. It could be if the Chiefs cover, it's gonna be like a last second score. You know, they'll be up by 3 points, maybe all game, and then finally they put up a touchdown. The Raiders' offense sucks, and they just won't be able to score. Their defense isn't good either, but I don't think the Chiefs' offense is gonna play lights out. I do want to bet a Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. Most likely he's going to be his last game, so they're probably going to want to try to get him the ball in a meaningless game. Why not try to force him the ball for a touchdown? I'm gonna bet a Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. It's gonna be my anytime touchdown bet of the week. Travis Kelce, baby. That doesn't go towards my money pick record though. That's just for fun. It's the last video, so I'm gonna share a little bit more than I usually do. And that's how we won. That's how we profited 20% this week. I hope we could kick that up to 30% if we do really good this week and hit all of our bets. That's an easy 30% profit. We haven't had a killer week in a while. We've been winning every week, making money a little bit here and there, but we haven't really, boom, blew it out of the park in a while. Let's get it. This is the week. Funny story before I get to the next game. I'll make it quick. I hit really big on a 10 or 12 leg parlay a long time ago, and yeah, I won a chunk of money, and I won a good amount, and that was the last week of the season. That's it. That's the point. The last week of the season, like, I've hit really big before in the last week of the season. This was years ago, but I've done it. All right, so let's do it again. I need that again. Next game, where are we? Cardinals at Los Angeles Rams. Rams are minus 7.5. This might be another game I switch. Right now I got the Cardinals. I'm leaning Cardinals to cover, Rams to win. Yeah, I don't know. Rams already got some injuries. Maybe they same thing, thinking maybe they just won't go as hard. They'll try to win this one safely because they can. It's the Cardinals. I don't think they have to try too hard. And just try to get a win and go into the playoffs. I don't think playoff seeding really matters to McVay. I think he said it before. It doesn't matter to him. So let's go Cardinals to cover, Rams to win. I believe Rams backup is Garoppolo. So it'd be Garoppolo versus Brissett. Oh, the two former New England backup quarterbacks going at it. And they're both still backups. Even though I think Brissett won the starting job. But I'm going to say they're both still backups just to make it even that more of a story. Yeah, let's go Cardinals to cover, Rams to win. It'll be a good head-to-head old New England backup quarterback duel. At some point, anyway. I don't assume Stafford will be sitting the whole game. Got to keep the blood pumping, Can't cool off. We got the Miami Dolphins at the New England Patriots. Patriots are minus 11.5. I got the Patriots to win, and I got the Patriots to cover. I've been killing it with Patriots games as well this year, you guys. I've gotten 4 Patriots games wrong all year. That's it. Just 4. I've done pretty good, and that's my squad, so I better do good when I pick the Pats. And I ain't biased. I've picked them not to cover a bunch of times. A bunch of times I was right, and only once or twice was I wrong. Like I said, I've only picked 4 games wrong all year. And honestly, I want to say 3 games because I got their first week wrong, but I picked them only because I was slightly biased as a Pats fan. And yes, they were playing the Raiders, but I did truly feel like they weren't going to win or cover that game. And I was right, but fuck it. fuck it still counts. I still picked them. I still locked in the Pats week 1. Anyway, so yeah, I'm picking the Pats to win in the cover. Long story short, Drake May could win MVP. I think he's going to fight for that, at least in the first half, try to throw up like 3 touchdowns like he did in the first half of last week. I think we might see a repeat of that. People chant MVP as he runs in the locker room at halftime, and maybe that's the last we see of him. Or that's the last we see him throw the ball anyway. They might have a lead and they just run it most of the second half. But yeah, I really hope the Pats get this number 1 seed. Not because I'm a fan. I don't root for them like that anymore. I could care less if they win or lose. That's why I've been so good picking against them and picking them against the spread this year. Because I just know them. I watched them forever. I guess I just the vibe, the feeling, the matchups, the everything. No, I don't know every single player like I used to back in the day. But I used to be able to name every single fucking player. Now I can name definitely over 20, 25, you know. I could probably name the whole offense, the offensive line. I can't do that no more. Shit like that. I used to be good with all that. Anyway, Pats to win in the cover. Next game, we got the Washington Commanders at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are -7.5. I believe that's dropped down to -3.5. Why? Because I think the Eagles are going to be resting players. That's all year. They just wanted to get to the playoffs. I really do think we might see a different Eagles team in the playoffs. I don't think they'll be reaching the Super Bowl this year, but they'll win at least whatever their first matchup is, I believe. We'll see. That's to be continued. Stay tuned. We'll see if I still feel that way. But, and it could be based off this match. No, it can't be based off this matchup if they're resting players. But yeah, I think the Commanders cover this. I do think they're going to play hard their last game. I think that's the type of coach they have. He's going to make sure they play a good game and win, you know. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I got for that. Like, if they're resting players, I can't really add much more. I don't know how these backups are going to play, even though we might have seen some of them play this year. Who knows if they start, if they're going to play the same. You know, they could pop off a player or two, but could they play a whole game and look good, not make any mistakes, yada, yada, yada. I don't fucking know. I don't care because I'm not putting money on this game. Commanders +7.5. Let's go to the final game of the 2025 NFL regular season. The Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Probably the biggest rivalry in the NFL. You got the Bears and the Packers. But has that been really a rivalry lately? Maybe now it's starting to turn into one now that the Bears are starting to win some games. But we need more longevity of that back and forth. We've had that here. I think the totals, Ravens 27 wins, Steelers 37 wins. They only got 10 more wins. And all these years of football and all these years of rivalry. And now the Ravens have a chance, after the Steelers had that number 1 spot all fucking year, to finally take it away from them. And to top it off, Lamar Jackson is coming back, and the spread is still +3.5. I believe it moved to +4.5 Steelers. So the books don't got no respect for Lamar, only 1 point. And I do believe that's supposed to hype me up and be like, oh, fuck. No, I'm picking the Steelers here. Steelers to win in the cover. And guess what? I'm putting my money on it. This is the 3rd money pick of the week. We're going to go 3-0 this week. I guarantee it. I think the Ravens are going to run the ball less. They're going to have a shitty game plan with Lamar. And I could be completely wrong. This is a rivalry game. And I'm still putting my money on it. I don't know. Rodgers, his career is going to be over soon, if not after this year. And I don't think he's just going to lie down. I think he's going to be locked in and play some of the best football we've seen him play all year. It might be tough. It might be a low scoring game, one of those classic Steelers-Ravens games. But I do believe he'll get some nice plays off, some nice throws. Yeah, it should be a good game. But I'm going to have to go with the Steelers, and a good way to end the season. Steelers plus 3.5 to win and to cover. I think they're going to win. They'll go 10-7. And, yeah. They'll have the worst record in the playoffs on the AFC side. 10-7. 10-7 being the worst. That's crazy. So, let's do it. That's it. That's the whole fucking year, guys. Stay tuned for the playoffs. I'll be posting videos for that, and they won't be 50 minutes long. I did a lot of rambling in this video. Not a lot of talking about the games. Apologize about that. But, anyway, if you stuck around this long, you're a true Schmitt-Head. Don't forget to click like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family. Let's all win money together. Let's all beat Vegas together. We could do this. Happy New Year. Peace. Peace.